There are some stocks that had some big runs. There's been news going on all over the place, and we're going to be able to learn how to capitalize it. So let me go out there and share my screen before we get started. Okay, hold on one second. There we go. All right, let me just get the record up and running and everything. Oh, there we go. All right, welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fausto Pugliese, and today I'm going to talk about the 5 trading tips to become a very successful trader that I was always taught, that I always like to pass down to traders like you to show you how to be very successful in today's volatile markets. Now, it's been a great summer so far. Actually, this week was probably one of the best weeks I've ever seen in the trading market. We've seen stocks up 50, 100, some of them up 500% in one day, actually in 1 hour. And we'll talk about them. And we'll talk about shorting. We'll talk about the meltdown. I mean, like people like, well, is this the bottom? I mean, the market's up, the market's down. Do I chase? Do I jump in? We're going to talk a little bit about that. But the goal is this. You are here for one reason and one reason only. That is to make money. But what's bigger than that is you don't want to lose it. And that's what we need to focus on. It's not about the winners. It's really about the losers. So regarding about that, before we get started, just want to kind of just remind everybody there is a very big risk when it comes to trading. So I am not making any promises, guarantees that this will work for you. This is strictly just educational. You can lose almost everything in trading. So please be smart before you go out there and invest in today's markets. Now, this is what we're going to dive right into. We're going to talk about how to follow the big money. We're going to focus on the most important trading tools to use when it comes to trading today's markets. We're going to talk about the best time to trade in today's markets. Hell, I even came out with a mouse pad to teach my traders when you should and when you shouldn't. You can always get that on our website. I'm going to also talk about how to just basically just be an overall well-rounded trader. We're going to talk about the strategies. We're going to talk about swing trading. We're going to talk about day trading. We're going to show you how you can invest by doing this. So, and it all starts by, getting in and seeing what's happening over the course of the day. But it's really the 5 big tips I want to talk about and what causes people to understand the bear markets, the recession, the crashes, the meltdowns, all these things and so much more. Now, with that said, why is the market meltdowns? Is it a bear market? Is it is something to do with certain traders? Is it Congress? Is it politics? Is it just greed with corporate America? That's what we got to look at. We got to understand what's going on. And you know what? If you look right here, you could see on this chart, we got the ups, we got the downs. We're down 13, we're up 11, we're down 15. It's like, do you get in, you get out. And I always find that some traders, they're going out there, and let me just get my crayons out here for a second. All right. And, some people go out there and they're like, oh, you buy here, and then you're selling down here, and you're buying here, and you're selling down here. You always feel like you're on the wrong side at all the times. So when it comes to trading, you have to know, did we hit bottom? Did we not hit bottom? You know what the bottom is? What did you make at the end of the day? And making money at the end of the day is being in cash, okay? You should not care of what the direction is, because to be a good directional trader, you really have to learn how to understand what's happening over the course of the day first. So with that said, you could see how, even though what's happening in the market, and I'm talking about with the NASDAQ, I mean, literally went from 2,000 to 16,000. When you see a chart like this, you're like, oh my God, this is unheard of. You know what I mean? But when I was around, I've been trading since 1995, and I remember the market was at 500 on the NASDAQ, and the thing went to 4,000. I'm like, oh my God, but look, it came all the way back down. So you're going to have these ups and downs. You just got to know when to get in and when to get out. But the big thing is, when you look at a stock like PGY, okay, stock at 10:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, it goes from $11 and it goes all the way to $21, okay, in a matter of 2 hours. Where are you going to make that? I'd rather do this than focus on what happened and seeing a chart going. It took me almost 20 years to get there. But the same thing that takes 20 years, sometimes it could take only in a day. Stocks like REV. Look at this stock at 9:30 went from $4 to $7. You know, if you only made half that on 1,000 shares, okay, if you do the math, you're talking about maybe, I don't know, what is that, $3, $1,500? You do that every day. It's almost, you know, it's a nice little $300,000-$400,000 salary. Who doesn't want that job? But you don't have to spend a lot of money doing that. Or a stock like TBLT. Look at the stock at 9 o'clock in the morning, ran from $6 to $9 in less than an hour. So I want you to understand, there's a lot of stocks that trade in today's markets. But the question is, why are they going up? Why are they going down? Who's pushing it up? That's what we're going to talk about, and that's what I'm going to teach you. So let me tell you, what you're about to see and what you're about to learn is going to be very, very disturbing, because I know a lot of you here have taken training before. I know a lot of you here are trying to do it on your own, and you just can't get it, and you always feel like somebody's watching you. It's not that somebody's watching you, it's just that you are not watching them, and that's what we're going to focus on. Because no matter if it's Bank of America or GE or Microsoft or some stock you never heard of like FRGE that's running today, okay, I'll even show you the stock we're trading today. I mean, here's a stock. Look at this one. $9.50 this morning, ran from $5 to $10 a share, and now it's trending down. Why did it go up, and why is it trending down? You know what? At the end of the day, if you made money, that's all that matters. So not only is a swing trade, but that comes in the day trade, you know, and there's so many of them out there that you can look over and over and over again. So your question probably is, now that you have to ask yourself, how does Fausto know which stocks to trade? Okay, well, that's going to be what I'm going to talk about, my 5 tips. The most important thing you're going to learn, and I'm going to save it to the end because this is where the most exciting part, because I don't want you to log out, because it's only going to get to show you that, my God, this actually makes sense. And the biggest thing that I'm going to talk about is how to follow the big money. Now, how do I know how to follow the big money? Well, let me tell you a little bit about, let me explain how I do that, all right? For some of you, if you logged in late, you might not know who I am. Maybe this is the first time you watched me several times. My name is Fausto Pugliese, okay? I'm the co-founder and I'm the founder of Cybertrain University. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I love doing it. I love changing people's lives. I love being involved in people's, changing their future. But I'm also a businessman. And I'm only as good as the people I surround myself with. I've been doing this for so long that when I started, I was a 22-year-old kid. I just turned 50. Actually, I'm going to be 51. My God, it's September next month. But for doing it that long and being in business that long, has to kind of explain to you, I must be doing something right. All right. And not only that, I mean, you could see here, I mean, I do charity work. I've been, some of the top schools in the world. You could see the people in there. They're just like you. But what I've learned is that you can't trade by yourself. That's where it comes down to it. So what I'm looking for today is I'm looking to find people out there like you that I could teach you what I'm about to show you right now and be part of my team. Because this is not the Fausto show, okay? I am only good for the people I surround myself with. I need eyes and ears out there. So if you can comprehend what I'm about to show you, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to invite every single one of you to come into my trading room, and I'm going to introduce you to every single person that was like you at one point and see if they're making money doing it. And I'm going to show you how we find these stocks. I'm going to show you how to shadow these brokerage firms. I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to be, a trader. Now, how do I know that? Because that's what I was for a living. That's what I did. I was a ignorant 22-year-old kid, blew up 2 accounts, okay? And the reason why I'm here today and the only reason why I made money and traded is because I took a job and I worked for a trading firm, and that's the difference between ignorance and profitability, okay? You want to go start your own business on your own without working for somebody? No problem. Let me know how it works out for you. I know we have some business owners. Yeah, I'm looking to open up a restaurant business. Oh yeah, great. What do you know about cooking? Nothing. I know there's a lot of money. What do you know about money management? What do I need to know about money management? Okay, great. Let me know how that works out for you. Oh, you want to be a doctor? No problem. You go to med school? No, let me try it first. Let me see how it works. Any doctors out there? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. Let me know how it works out for you. What's the difference what you think doing that than trading? And that's what you're about to learn. So another thing I'm going to be giving all of you is that at the end of the presentation, I'm also the author of a book of how to beat market makers at their own game. It's published by Wiley. Instead of going out there and buying it, I'm going to give it to you for free at the end of the presentation. That's another bonus I'm going to give you. Fast read, great book. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, enough about me. This is really about you, okay? Why are you here? Well, you're here to see if trading's for you. Maybe you're here to stop losing money, which is some of the big things. So let's get right to the 5 tips I want to talk about. So these tips show you basically the simple, easy way. Hedge funds, institutions, market makers, they really control the movement of the stocks. How do I know that? Because that's what I used to do. All right. Now think about this for a second. This is a very important question. How much smarter in trading decisions, better trading decisions you would make if I was to show you where, I don't know, 70 to 80% of the buyers are and the sellers are? Think about it. Who are you to know why that stock is going up and down? You telling me you know more than Warren Buffett? You're telling me you know more than Goldman Sachs? Okay? You're telling me you know more than, Pelosi's husband? Okay? Not to get political, but we all know, listen, he made a lot of money in the stock market. You know what I mean? Yeah, listen, it's all about knowing who you know, right? And don't tell me, and you know what's even crazy is how many people out there will go out there and say, oh, we got to tax those traders, the money managers. These guys make way too much money. Yeah, I know. Actually, this weekend, Saturday, I have a party in the Hamptons, for some of you don't know, all right, where all these institutions are. I'm going to be in a party with over 500 people at a clam bake. All the lobsters you could eat, all the shrimp, all the Dom Perignon you could eat. With 500 people. Who the hell's picking up that tab, right? These are people that, but you'll be like, oh, I know you would want to be there. Why not? On someone else's tab. But how those people make the money to pay for that? Well, they're doing what you're doing right now, okay? So I'm going to talk about how they play this game. So let's talk about tip number 1, okay? Big other tip that people make is you don't overanalyze, right? You act greedy, you let fear get into your trading. These are things that the mistakes that they make. Now, are you feel like you're one of these people? You do that? Well, most traders in this category do this. They're too afraid, they're too greedy, and they're too analytical. All right. I see it all the time. But remember, like I told you, I was almost 30 years ago. And the big thing that if you could look right here, I mean, like just being afraid, it's more about like missing those opportunities, not be able to take a chance. I mean, how many times you had an opportunity, maybe you lost that cheap house or that very inexpensive car, you lost that girlfriend or boyfriend you wish you married, whatever it was. You got to know how to be aggressive. Greed, another big thing people lose. They just don't know how to take losses. They just don't know how to get out of a position and say, you know what am I doing? Oh, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Oh, you break through that support level. Are you following the money? These are things that you have to understand. And you get too analytical. You start bouncing around. You listen to this person. Oh, I love candlesticks. And then this guy's starting to teach you, oh, what about my Fibonacci is better in the way he talks about a Fibonacci. And then you start getting all these bells and whistles and these gizmos and, these crystal balls. Stop playing analyst. You're not an analyst, okay? You're a trader and you want to learn how to do something which we talk about. Keep it super simple, okay? In each case, these are a series that people trade backwards. Imagine going out there trading backwards. I mean, consistently, it's like looking at the back of your rearview mirror. You can't drive and look what's behind you. You got to look what's in front of you, okay? And that's what traders make the big mistake. You see, most traders that go out there, what usually they do is they like to look at what the past shows us. They like to use indicators, and they're always right. problem is by the time you go out there and do that trade, it's too late, and those are laggers. So what you need to do is look in front of you, and you want to look at the future. And the future is what I'm going to teach you. The future is following the orders, following the momentum, and that's what we're going to talk about more at the end when we get to tip 5. But my thing is, and the tip 1 is a lot of it is psychological. It really is. And and going out there and listening to too many people, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because you got to understand what's out there, what people are talking about, who's making money. But the smart traders out there, the really smart ones, the way you do well is do your homework. Who is this person? Where did he come from? Who endorses him? What brokerage firms endorse him? What's their Google rating? What brokerage firms endorse them? How are their traders doing in the room? Okay, he might be a good trader, but he could, he probably be a good trader, but could be a horrible teacher. Sounds very, sophisticated when you hear what he's talking about, but does that really make you money? That's what you have to look at. But the big mistake I find is that this makes people sound so smart. They look at all these indicators and everything. And I mean, look at it. How many indicators are out there? There's not 10, 20, or 100. There are thousands. So what you need to understand is, look at this. And I got a question for everyone. Could you tell me really quick, what chart is easier to read? Chart number 1 or chart number 2? What do you think? Chart number 1 or chart number 2? Thanks, Louis. Thanks, Ray. Sorry about. Listen, I'm going to be asking a lot of people a lot of questions. So, I mean, look at that. I mean, did you really? Hold on. Did you really need these squiggly lines? Look at this thing. Very simple. Look, it's going up, right? It's going up. Do you need all those squiggly lines? By the time you figure it out, too late. The stock already picked its direction. That's why we're going to talk about the KISS method. Keep it super simple, and that's what you need to focus on. Like, for example, what is the trend on Snapchat? It's going up, right? The trend's going up. Did you need an indicator to tell you that? Right? What is the big thing that you have to look at? Now we know the trend is going up. What's going to bring it down? Who's bringing it down? What is everybody else doing? Because indicators, are laggers, and you're behind the volume. You got to remember, they have been invented by mathematicians, institutions, like the people that you really, that's not going to tell you where this market's going. Like, for example, if anyone has a TV, turn on CNBC, right? They have their studio on the New York Stock Exchange. Forget about the people on CNBC. Look behind the people on the floor of the exchange. How many indicators they have up on those screens? You know what you see? Numbers. And that's what I'm going to show you. How do I know that? Because I was one of those people trading, being a market maker on the NASDAQ. Okay. Now, instead of looking at the past, let's start focusing on the future. So how do we look at the future? It's very simple. The answer is in the question. You need to follow the money. Okay. That's what really makes things move. That's what makes things move in the first place. So what really makes them move? If you think supply and demand, buyers and sellers, you're in the right place. That's where it comes down to it. So that's what we're going to focus on. Supply and demand, buyers and sellers, not Fibonacci's, not some heat map, but where the orders are, because those orders are going to tell you where to get and where to get out. All right. So stocks move basically on volumes, specifically on big orders, and that's what we're going to look at. So let's look at the future where the big orders are. That's the big tip of number 1. Now let's get to number 2. You don't fall in love with stocks, okay? You're in the business to make things tradable. What does that really mean? Well, you don't want to overextend yourself, right? There are stocks out there that are extremely volatile, and there are stocks out there that are pretty slow. But they all do the same thing. They all have a trend, and they all move due to buyers and sellers. Now, for some of you that follow me on YouTube or Twitter, or I know we have some students here, what I kind of focus on is something that is very easy. I just look through and find what's something that's called tradable and non-tradable. And all I basically do is I work through the big percentage gainers and losers, which every brokerage firm offers you and every platform out there, and we'll scan. Now, have any of you here been watching me on YouTube or Facebook live every morning? I'm on at 9 a.m. Also, you probably, if you looked at my Twitter feed, you've seen all these stocks that we did. I mean, this morning, here's our watch list. Let me just put this out here. This is our morning watch list that I posted. I'll just post this up here in the trading room. This was this morning at 9 o'clock, and this was in pre-market. This was our pre-market watch list at 7:45 in the morning. All right. Now, I want you guys to check them out and see what they look like. Listen, some of them moved, some of them didn't. The big move is this one right here. Was at 9, you see at 7:49, the NVIV. Did you guys see that stock, by the way? Anyone saw NVIV this morning? No one saw that stock. Just give me a yes or no. I'm going to bring this up for you. This stock right here. Oops. This stock right here at 7 o'clock went from $5 to $10. All right. And then you could see it right around 9:30. It ran from $7.50 to $13.75. Now, if you look at the time, oh, some of you did see it. Okay. Sonny, obviously, you saw it. Joseph, you didn't see it. Patrick, you saw it. Moved like a hurricane, Janice said. All right. Philip says he was in it. All right. Good job. So anyway, the big thing is, why did it go from 750? First of all, how did Fausto know about it? Right? Why was it on the watch list when I called it out right around here, around 745? Okay. And what made it run from 745 up to 1350 in a matter of, what is that, 30 minutes? Okay. And why did it go back down to 10? These are things I'm going to show you. By the way, the stock was at $500 at one point. All right. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed with me, I'll have my members put my staff in there. I mean, Alex and John, I mean, you're already in there. Could you guys put our Twitter link and our YouTube link so you guys can feel free. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just subscribe to us, you know, get the alerts, everything else. We give that out for free. Okay. But when you get stocks like VRU, look at this thing. Look at Mark and Chuck and John and Gary. I mean, this thing went from $6 to $14 from 9:30 in the morning to 11 o'clock. I mean, where do you see that, right? It's all right here. You can see on the big scanners. Look at VERU up 162%, right? I mean, it's not like I have a crystal ball. Everyone has access to it. Let me go hop over here and show you what I'm talking about. The biggest percentage gainer of today is VEIV, right? So this is not like I made this up. And by the way, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 other stocks I'm going to show you. Okay. This is just like a tip of the iceberg. There's so much more today that moved on those, but they were all in that watch list. All right. So now the next question is, how did these stocks really move? Was it news? Was it company financials, buying and selling? You know what? I'm going to do a poll. How about that? Okay. Do I have it up here? Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm going to launch a poll. Let's have a little fun. All right. Go out there and fill out that poll. Tell me what you guys think. What really moved that? Well, I have a sip of my nice Krispy Kreme cup of coffee right here. Great donuts. All right. Just waiting for everyone to answer the question. Listen, don't be shy. No one's going to embarrass you. No one's going to rat you out. Just tell me, what do you think? I don't have all day. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to share it. All right. So share the results. So it looks like a lot of you said buying and selling. Oh my God. Congratulations. Look at that. So pretty much most of you said it was because of buying and selling. Okay. Was it all the above? Listen, that means you're too analytical if you said all of the above, Martin, and everyone else. So it's all about buying and selling. So we're going to cover that when we get to number 5. But with tip 3, the tip 3 is you are here for one reason and one reason only, and please don't forget it. You're here to make money. That's it. It's not about, oh, I traded this today, I traded that. Amazon had good earnings, it went up, or whatever it is. Oh, they're talking about Microsoft, it was going to go higher. Some battles has nothing to do about it. It's all about what's moving for the day. You're here to make a day's pay, and that's it. Okay? So if you're more concerned about what we talked about, oh, is the market going to continue to go lower? Listen, if you understand the philosophy behind day trading, which means you get out in and out the same day, when you start doing swing trading, which most of you probably are doing, you understand why the stock is continue to go lower. And if you're an investor, then you know why, oh my God, this market doesn't look good a year down the road. But it all starts with the Marines before we get to the Air Force, and we start bringing the heavy artillery in there, and that's where people make a mistake. Let's talk about tip 3. Tip 3 is we don't hold positions overnight. Okay, you have to understand that the reason why people fail is they like the concept of day trading. You make your money for the day and you're done. But what happens is people mix, and you can't mix. You have to be done. It has to be done into design. If you're looking to swing trade, you have to swing trade and say, okay, listen, you got to be patient, and you got to let a stock come to you, and you want to buy it specifically at that price, and you're envisioning you might want to sell tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. But what happens is people like to day trade because they like the action, the freedom, the short term of just making your money and calling it. And then they get themselves in a situation, they start getting involved. They're like, oh, you know what? Why this stock is going up? Maybe I should hold it. And the thing is, if a stock has continued to trending down and you're going into the close, like it or not, that thing is going lower tomorrow. With you or without you. Okay. So the hardest thing is not about making money. I think we teach more not how to make money at Cybertrade University. We like to teach more about how to stop losing it, because that's everyone's biggest problem. Everyone likes to brag about winners. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about losers? All right, but think about it. And nobody talks about the losers. All right, so I think about 70 to 80% of my trades we talk about is the losers, and I'll tell you why. Anybody here own a business or had to manage people? You think every day you're sitting there patting them on the back, oh, good job, good job, good job. Oh, yeah, you know how you reward that person? He has a job and he has a salary. That's his job to do well. Okay, I don't need to every day brag about this person to everybody else how great he is. He gets paid for his services. Okay, what you're worried about is when he screws up, because if he screws up, he's going to screw you up or even get you hurt or hurt himself. Okay, so that's really where it comes down to it. So we're always talking about safety. Like, think about it. That's really what the big thing we always talk about. We always talk about, doing things so you don't get yourself hurt. And that's really where that comes in tip 3. Let's go to tip 4. Journaling, managing your trades. Okay, you got to go out there and make sure that you're reviewing your journals, seeing why you're making money, why you're losing money. By the way, does anybody here have a coach? Anybody here have somebody that reviews their journals, see how they're doing, working with them, showing them, going back and reviewing their recordings with them? Okay, no, a lot of you. That's what we do. That's what we do. We take this very, very seriously. Okay. By the way, has everybody like going to the doctor and he don't want to see you, but he'll do it, virtual, or he'll let his nurse call you and let you know what he thinks about your situation. No, you want to talk to the person. Your life's on the line, right? You don't have no time to talk to, someone behind a piece of paper. I hate those stupid portal pages. I pay a lot of money for medical insurance. I want to see the doctor, and I want to make sure that if I'm putting my life on the line, that this guy really, I feel comfortable with it. Well, this is no different. You just can't watch a couple of videos and now all of a sudden think you're going to go compete, against some of the biggest traders in the industry, even though we're just the ants on the floor getting the crumbs. So you got to go over your journals, and you got to have somebody do that, which is what we do here. And by the way, every single one of you are going to have access to all our instructors, that when you come in and I get you in my trading room, you're going to be able to talk to them. All right, let's get into the fun part, okay? Let's talk about following the big money. That, I think, is the big thing. But I couldn't get to this until I, kind of made you understand where we came from and why we're here today by, discipline, psychology, finding stocks, understanding why technical analysis is paralysis. But it's all about, now we're going to talk about following the order. So there are 4 ways to view order flow. Okay, what order flow basically means is following the money, seeing where the buyers and sellers are. So there are 4 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So those are really the 4 popular levels. Okay, now just to tell you right off the bat, level 1 and level 2, I'll talk a little bit about it, and then I'll get into the level 3 and level 4. But everybody here has, at the minimum, everyone has level 1. What is level 1? It's basically you going on your phone or you watch TV, you're basically seeing a quote of what the stock is trading at, okay? Level 1 is like, you look at this example, you're seeing the bid, the ask, the day range, the P ratio, the 52-week high, 52-week low. Listen, what does that really tell you other than what the stock is trading right now at real time? That's all. That's level 1. Doesn't tell you anything of direction of the stock other than giving you a quote. Now, does anyone here have level 2? Really quick. Just give me a yes or no in the chat. Okay, so level 2, if you said yes, just to let you know, it's pretty much outdated. Okay, it's been outdated since the 90s. It's really a waste of time. I'll tell you why. Every one of these things that you see right here are free. Do you like free stuff? Of course we do. This weekend, I'm going to be going to, a clam bake. I'm going to have lobsters, Dom Perignon, oysters, on the beach on someone else, but it's on someone else's dime. Someone's paying for it. And believe me, they're not paying for it because they're being generous. They're paying for it because they want something, okay? So my point I'm getting to is free, okay, there's a catch, and that's all it's worth, all right? So, but to briefly just talk about it, for some of you who don't know what it is, here, the left are your buyers, the right are your sellers. You got 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. Basically, you're seeing who wants to buy it, at what price, and how many shares, okay? The problem here is you're not seeing all the orders out there. You are just seeing what the stock is trading at that specific exchange. What's it trading on a New York Stock Exchange? What's trading on the NASDAQ exchange? What's it trading on an ECN? It's not really telling you anything, You can't tell me that, knowing that there's a buyer out there that's looking to buy 100 shares of CAN is going to influence you think a stock's going to go higher. Because guess what? There are a lot of the buyers down there, maybe a big buyer, just a little bit cheaper, but you can't see that in level 2. So what do we need to trade to be successful? Well, my question to you is this. Do you have total level 3 or NASDAQ total view? I'm going to do a poll. Who here has it? And if you do not answer this question, I will automatically tag you as a no. All right? Be honest. Do you have it? Now, some of you have watched me. I'm live. NASDAQ has me come there. I'm a frequent guest. I'm probably the only person that's on the show at NASDAQ that talks about NASDAQ to all of you. Listen, they don't need Fausto. I mean, who the hell is Fausto Pugliese? This is NASDAQ, the exchange, right? But they know that majority of people out there just don't know how to trade their market, don't understand what the value of something that they started that competed against the New York Stock Exchange over 40 years ago, maybe 50 years ago now. And nothing has changed from there till today. So I'm going to share the results. And I can see only 16% of you. You know what? I'm going to cut that in half because I could see that almost, another 40, 50 did not answer the question. Okay? So that's okay. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to rat you out. Okay? I'll just take that as a no. Now, please listen to me very carefully because what I'm about to show you, like I said before, this is going to be very disturbing. And you're going to be like, and this is where it gets disturbing. You're going to be like, why is nobody talking about this? Why did I spend all this money from this company and they didn't tell me about this? This makes so much more sense. Okay. I mean, why is John Doe not on NASDAQ and Fausto is? Not talking about this. And that's what you're about to see. So fasten your seatbelts. I don't know if this is a right thing to say, but I always tell my instructors, don't ever assume that you know the people that you're talking to. But when it comes to charts, everyone uses them, all right? And they make it more complicated. But what I want to do is I want to keep it simple. So I'm only going to assume that everyone here knows how to read a chart. And the reason is I'm just showing you supply and demand. Now, right here, you can see how the stock came all the way down. And you see how it started right around here, around $25, okay? And it went all the way down, and around 10:40, it stopped. And this is a 1-minute intraday chart. It stopped right around this price around here, around 22.90, and then just started to go back up. And in a matter of about an hour, it went all the way back to $24. Now, how would you have been prepared and waited and was able to execute and buy that stock at $22.90 and make that nice profit at $24.30 in a matter of an hour? Think about it. Let me just use simple math. If you bought it at 23 and you sold it at 24, that's $1, okay? That's $1. $1 times 1,000 shares, okay, is $1,000. $1,000 every week, 52 weeks, know what that comes out to be? $250,000 salary. Who doesn't want that job? Okay? So the question is, why did it stop there? Well, when you go to NASDAQ Book Viewer, when you go to the exchange, it's the exchange, okay? You actually have a seat on the exchange, which is unheard of. You had to pay $10 million to buy a seat on the exchange. Now you all have access to it, okay? And it doesn't cost you $10 million. It costs you 15 bucks, okay? So why would you not want it, right? So anyway, stock at 45,000 shares. Look at this. These are the orders. These are the buyers, right? These are the shares that are out there, and this is the price, the bid out there, okay? That's these prices down here, okay? It's all the people out here. And when you work your way down, you got 200 shares, 500 shares. But when you get to $22.85, you got a 45,000 share buyer out there. That is literally several hundred times more than at any other price out there in existence. What the hell do you think is going to happen when we get to 22.85? All right. What do you think is going to happen? Exactly. Up, just like what showed it. But don't worry. There's plenty of those. Let's move on. Look at this example. Stock goes from right at the morning, starts at 1450. So you hear about NEO, wow, NEO, you heard about NEO, it's moving, stock got a nice trend, right? But the goal is to be a good trader, you got to have a game plan, right? Having a game plan is knowing where to get in and where to get out, right? So here you have a stock, NEO, had a good run, and you got a profit, and all of a sudden, you got to know where the resistance levels are. And right here, you'll notice what makes a resistance is sellers. You see, everybody looks for support and resistance. Now, listen to me carefully. You cannot have a support or resistance unless you have the buyers and sellers out there to make that support and resistance. And in this case, you have a 93,000 share seller at $15.50, which is a seller. Okay, that's this guy, which would equal a resistance, because that is, if you look at all these orders out there, that's about several hundred times more the average than most orders are out there. And no wonder the stock came down. Okay. And you know what? How many times have you bought a stock and you bought it at, let's say, $15, right? And now the stock is $15.40. You're like, oh, look, I'm up almost $400. And next thing you know, you come back an hour later and that $400 winner now becomes a $400 loser. You're like, how's that even possible? Well, did you see the 93,000 share seller out there? Maria has a good question, but you can't be looking at all these stocks in the market at the same time. Well, Maria, that's a great question. But did you hear from tip number 2? Tip number 2 is this. There are a lot of stocks moving in the market, right? And they're all here, right? What I'm going to show you after we're done today, I'm going to show you how to go through and find, out of all these stocks that are moving, that are in the big percentage gainers, which one is going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward. And not only that, out of all of them, which one has the more predominant buyer and seller out there, so you have a game plan where to get in and where to get out. You see, you can't make money unless a stock has volatility, and it's right there. And number 2, you can't know where to get in and get out if you don't know where the buyers and sellers are there, because without that volatility, stock ain't going anywhere. And that's where it comes down to be. But that was an excellent question. I'm glad you brought that up. Now, let's go over a couple more examples, all right? SQ, okay? SQ is falling down, right? Now, my question to you is this. You ever go in a position, you're losing money, right? You're like, damn, I'm getting crushed right now. I own the stock at 85, the stock is at 80. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? This is crazy. Do I sell now? Maybe I'll buy more, average down. Like, what do I do? Okay. So question is, what is going to make the stock go back up? Can everyone tell me? What do we need? Do you need a Fibonacci? Do you need President Biden, President Trump? What do you need? You need the CEO to come out. What do you need? Steve, Allison, Raymond, Ryan, Bill, Sylvia, Mary, everybody, you are absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head. You need buyers, okay? So how do we find the buyers? You got to follow where those orders are, and that's where it is. You're following the money. So we're going to go hop over here on the NASDAQ book viewer, and we're going to notice we looked at the stock, and all the way down from $79, we got a 77,000 share buyer. Now, by the way, let me just clarify it. This is a real order, okay? Because I get people always ask me, oh, how do I know that's real? And you know how you know it's real? When you come into my trading room, I'll show you how damn real that is, because we'll use your money, and if you can afford 77,000 shares at $79, we'll execute it, and you'll see how real it is, okay? Now, can the guy cancel it? Yeah, he could cancel it, but you know what? Let's not talk about that right now. At the end of the day, let's get back to, basics. There's an order out there in the market, and there he is right there for you in black and white, period. So guess what happened? Call it fake all you want, but when that stock got right down to 79, and from 1041 to 1056, it did not want to break it, and it went from $79 back to 82 in a matter of 30, 40 minutes. So that money that you probably lost, you could have made it all back, or maybe made a profit just by knowing where to get in and where to get out. Think about it. How much smarter and trading decisions would you make by you knowing that if you knew that guy was out there, you probably wouldn't have got out when you should have? Let's look at Carvana. Okay, here's a pretty cool one. Stock we traded about a couple of weeks ago. Carvana is on the New York Stock Exchange, biggest percentage gainer. Beautiful stock. It's up 16%, up $3.60 on the day, 9:30 to 12. Look at this thing, $22, 26. Okay, so the question you have to ask yourself is, when's enough's enough? When do we get out? So my question to you, everyone here, is how do we sell? Where do we sell? How do we know where to take that profit? Rick, you're absolutely right. Olivia, you're right. Now, if you said 27, congratulations, you're right. Because look what ended up happening over the course of the day. It went from 26, hit 27, got close to it. Because obviously, believe me, we're not the only ones that see what's going on out there, okay? Went down to 26, got close, hit it again, and went from 27 up until 12:45, and you didn't get out. It dropped all the way back down to 26.25. Okay, so you got to look at it where it might not sound like a lot of shares to you, like I showed you the 70, 80,000, but when people are showing one share, 100 shares, 200 shares, I mean, 8,000 is a lot. I mean, you're talking about, like I said, several hundred more than some of the other orders out there. Okay. These are what we call iceberg orders. Okay. I came up with that word when I watched the movie The Titanic. Okay. Well, I guess we all know the whole story about the Titanic. Great ship, lovely people on there, the unsinkable ship, but they were more concerned about the beauty than the safety. Okay. And you know what? Obviously, they didn't look at the radar and realize an iceberg, it's not what's on top of the water, it's on the bottom of the water. And if you hit an iceberg, guess what? You're going to blow up your account and you're going to be out of business. And that's not what you want to do. You have to see these iceberg orders where they are. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of them. Listen, you go in the ocean, right? How many icebergs have you seen? You know where they are. You know what I mean? So if you're driving a ship, you know where to stay away. That's what iceberg orders are. Now, how can I utilize this power for iceberg orders for my swing trading? Well, guess what? What trickles in as a day trade, you will see more on a long-term trade. I remember being at NASDAQ before COVID hit, and we were watching Moderna. And I was seeing these orders of Moderna, people bidding it up, orders were picking up. I saw the stock literally at like $20, $30. Where did Moderna go up to 500? NVAX, Pfizer, all of them did great. Now, granted, we all know why they went up and everything else, but why did it go to 400? Why didn't it stop at 200? How did the stock go from $50 to 300? You know what I mean? Like, was it the P ratio? How many? You could sit there and analyze all you want. Okay, we all know why it went up and everything else. So listen, Congress spent all this money, put towards COVID, this and that, to get you the vaccine. But at the end of the day, do you know why it really went to that number? I mean, do you really know? Because I do, and the order is people are bidding it up. Now, everyone heard about monkeypox, right? Another new vaccine that came out. So SIGA popped off just on that news alone, right? So monkeypox, once the news came out, stock was around $7. You could see it from March, wasn't going anywhere because they had the vaccine. Boom. Then it goes from $7 to $14 like that, right? So you watch the stock and you're like, well, okay, then why did it go on the 23rd, went from 15 and now it's down to 10, right? And not only that, but you'll notice here, people look at this, and let me just draw a couple of lines over here. You guys can follow along. You'll see right here that you got a couple of like, it's kind of like holding here at this price right here, right around $10, right? Goes up, it hits it, it hits it. Why is it holding at 10? Olivia, yes. To answer your question, Iceberg Orders are completely visible on BookView, yes. Okay. No, Patrick, the answer is it's not support. It's not support. It looks like support on a chart, but that's not the reason why. What did you learn so far today being here? Come on, everyone. You know, Mike, I didn't hear from you. Mike Stanley, Ari, Bob Cheen, Bruce, Chang Patel. Guys, why? And you know what? If you said that there must have been a buyer there, yes, okay? And the problem with the chart is you can't see a buyer. So we're going to look at NASDAQ BookViewer, right? And you'll notice right around here, you have a 97,000 share buyer at 10. And look what ended up happening. It ran from 10 and went up to 17. So how many times have you bought a stock and said, damn it, I sold it too cheap. I should have held on. And you know what? You're like, and you're swing trading it, right? And you're like, do I get out? Did you look at the orders out there? Because those orders, I don't know if you ever heard something called program trading. Those orders are still out there. They're still out there. You just got to follow them. And you know what? If you saw that, you would have done pretty well. Now, any of you ever heard of level 4? You think level 3 is cool? Wait till you see this. This is going to blow your socks off. Okay. So here at Cyber Trade University, we use a platform and we call it level 4, and it's a heat map. You see, now listen to me carefully. You might have some traders trading on NASDAQ, right? But what about the New York Stock Exchange? What about other ECNs, right? What about the other ECNs? What about EDGX or, Archipelago, or all the other exchanges? Now, what's nice about it is you might not, you're like, well, why did the stock bounce? I didn't see him on NASDAQ. Maybe he was on another exchange. So how about aggregating all of them and put them all together? And not only that, but now seeing how long he's been out there. So when you look at the chart right here, you'll notice this is your level 3. And a lot of people here might say, oh, those numbers move so fast. I really don't understand. I mean, I could see it here, 174,000, but this red line really shows you a lot more. So let me talk about that. All right. So look at this stock right here. We're looking at Carnival Cruise Line. Okay. So this stock went from 960 over the course of the day, and it hit some big buyers right here, right around 870. And when you look over here, yeah, you could see it overall 5,000, 50,000, 141,000, 134,000. Oh, look, you got 8,000, 2,000. Now, this is not like NASDAQ BookViewer. You're only seeing like hundreds, 500s. And you did see a couple of 10s and 50s and 100,000s. But here you're seeing a hell of a lot more. And not only that, but you're seeing it in a color coordinated, and you could see, is the guy adding? Is he decreasing? Is he getting executed? So you're seeing a hell of a lot more than you wouldn't see on the other stuff. Now, my question to you is this. Does an indicator tell you that? I don't know what the hell I'm looking at other than a bunch of spaghetti, right? How about this one? EDU has a nice push. Goes all the way to hits a resistance level at $20 for 40,000 shares. Once he showed up, what happened? The stock came all the way back down to 19, okay, in a matter of an hour. Why did it go down? And why did it stop at 19? And why did it come down so fast from 20? Okay, well, did you see that? And not only that, the guy's still out there. He's still out there at 12 o'clock since 10:30 this morning, all right? Did an indicator tell you that? I don't know what the hell I'm looking at other than a bunch of spaghetti. You see how level 4 could be used for swing trading? Because even a stock like this, just seeing the long-term effect of it, you'll see these orders and you'll see them, going down $30, $20, $10. You'll see those orders, and you could set up your limit orders out there. You know, you could put your stops in there, but this also could help you on top of that. You know, like Shopify. You know what I mean? Let's look at Shopify. Look at this order right here. Look at all these big buyers. 157,000 share buyer here at 30. Another big buyer here. Where is Shopify right now? I'm just curious. Shopify went all the way up when I had that image right here. You see 30? Where's that 30? I'm sorry, it's 40, right? 30. Oops, wrong number. 30 right here. So you can see that's the intraday, right? This is the long-term chart right here. Let me zoom up here a little bit closer so you guys can see it. See 30 right here? Just makes it a little bit better for you. See 30? Look how many times it hit 30, right? Let me maybe make this a little better. 30, 40, 30, 36, 30, 40, 30. You know, finally it breaks 40 and it goes 42. Okay, had a nice run. Why was the stock have a consistency? You know, look at the buyers out there. You could see them out there. You know, you could see them out there, and you know what? Look at the stock, how it trended up beautifully. So can you use this towards swing trading? Yes, and that's what we teach you at Cyber Trade University. So this is just not about day trading. You could do it as a swing trade. Now, the truth is 90% of traders fail. Why? Why would you go into business when you already know you're going to fail out of all these people? Because majority of people don't know how to play the game. They're just ignorant. They're just being cheap. They want to try it. Listen, this is the greatest job in the world, okay? You are your own boss. You've already gone through COVID. Some of you see, you know, they pushed their way. I mean, listen, I've been through everything, okay? I've been through 9/11. We got shut down for, 2 weeks. I've been through Hurricane Sandy. I've been through the financial crisis. I've been through the internet bubble. I've been through, you name it, I've been there. And to be through that and still here today, I've never experienced a virus, okay, where we were all kicked out of our offices for over a year, all right? But now with people starting to realize, like, kind of like working at home. Not bad. Save money on gas. I could spend more time, gardening. I mean, hell, I even started a home living channel because I had so much time, free time in my hands. So, and not only that, but a lot of you have IRAs. You may get trade your own pension. Maybe you're about to retire. What are you going to do? You think someone's going to hire a 65-year-old, to go back to work? You know what I mean? You think we're in the business to make $15 an hour? Come on, fellow traders. We all know this is a great business, pays a lot of money. But you got to play the game. And think about it. Think about we only been here for 1 stinking hour. And look how much you've learned that you didn't know, that I'm going to show you live in the market. It's going to change everything. So for doing this almost for 3 decades, okay, I love teaching people how to change their lives because, especially some people that have learned from other people that are here. And let me tell you, you're a little bit easier to teach because you're going to realize you're making things more complicated than what it is. But you got to learn before you can earn, okay? And there's no other better team that I trust than my traders. Now, remember, a lot of you are probably going to ask this question, and you probably ask this question to everyone. Fausto, if you're such a great trader, why do you teach? You don't need, do you need the money? No, I don't need the money. You know what I need? You know what I need, though? I need people that are competent that can help me find these iceberg orders. Because do you think Goldman Sachs is one person? They got thousands of traders there, okay? And they all feed on each other. And you know what? There have been 100,000 people who work there, but a lot of people don't qualify, right? I'm looking for people that are qualified, that love trading, that is thriving, they want to learn, that I could show them how to use this so you can come in my trading room so we could work together like a team. Now I'll just understand something. I got 2 families. I got my everyday family that I love, been married for almost, 25 years, okay? And my wife gave me 3 wonderful sons. But then I have my second family that I'm with, every day too that I'm trading with, that I meet and we work together, and I know their wives, and I know their medical history, and I know their situations, and eventually they go on their own. I love just making people not being part of that 90%, because it bothers me that I travel and I do so many events and people are like, oh, you're going to lose all your money doing that. What are you wasting your money? Oh, I'm going to, and you see all the negativity and stuff. And yeah, I know there's not a lot of good people out there, but listen, there are some good ones out there. But the only way you're going to learn is being part of it. And I want you guys to have the opportunity to come and meet these people so you could see if people really do make money doing this. And I want to show you that it's all about keeping it simple. That's all it is. So what I'm looking to do here today is I want to invite all of you into my cyber group room. The cyber group room is the original trading room that I started over 30 years ago. You're seeing people have trading rooms all over. Well, guess what? Where do you think they learned? By the way, those rooms that you're seeing, how do you think they knew how to open them up? Some of them are my students, my instructors. You know what I mean? I'm very flattered, and they wanted to succeed. Because I know a lot of you don't want to come here to New York and take a job and being in an office. I mean, that was back in 2000. But you know what? There's no better way than to do it the way we have it. We have it down to a science. We're going to give you the customer service, but I want to make sure this is for you or not, right? But I want to introduce everyone in the room. So what we do here is we broadcast live every morning. We actually start, an hour before the market opens up. But we do live audio broadcast the first hour of the open and live audio broadcast the last hour and a half of the close. So we do commentary. And what we're going to do, we're not going to listen, we don't tell anybody what to buy and sell. We're going to show you what's moving. We're going to take you fishing. And you're going to go out there and you're going to see how to figure it out on your own. Probably heard the phrase before. Feed a man to fish, you feed him for the day. Teach him how to fish, you feed them for life. Well, we want to feed you for life, because I know how hard some of you out there are trying to learn how to do this, and you want to find that right mentor. And hopefully this is going to be your last, continuation of going out there and trying to learn from other people. And not only that, but we're going to give you special events. We do workshops, we do traders talk. So there's so much that we offer at Cyber Trader University that you probably don't get with anyone else. Now, these are just a few of the amazing things. We also have an alert service. You're going to be able to access your trading room from your cell phone. So we're going to give you all this stuff, everything, okay? Because we want to make sure that before you really make an investment into trading, and because I know how hard a lot of you really want to make this work, we want to make sure you how to do it the right way, okay? And that's what it's all about. Now, how do you get in? I think that's everyone's question. Fausto, what do I need to do? This is all you need to do, $9. All I ask for is 1 week access for you to come into my trading room for $9 stinking. Money back guaranteed. Now, your question is, why $9? The $9, I don't need your $9. It's costing me more money to have you in the room than to $9. And $9 just tells me that you're a real person or not. Listen, we got several hundred people in here. Okay. If you can't afford $9, you can't afford to trade. Okay. If you can't tell us that you're a real person with your $9, then we don't want you there. And guess what? You don't want those people in the room in there anyway. So that's all we're asking for. Now, let me tell you, for the ones that are going to be paying the $9, we just post a link up there right now. So click on it now, register for $9 for 1 week access to my trading room. And let me show you some of the stocks that we traded. And this is just today. Okay. Just today. QNRX. Oops, spelled it wrong. QNRX. Stock goes from $14 to $24, okay? In pre-market. If you look right here, long-term, that was just one of the stocks that we traded, not today, but look what happened. This was 2 days ago. $5 to $28, okay? This was the other day. MTC. Stock goes from $1.50 to $9 right here, from 3 o'clock to 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock in 1 hour. Where do you get that? FRGE. This is today. It's what I showed you earlier. Stock went from $4 to $9. All right. Coin today. Nice little move. Stock goes from $80 to almost 120, 115. KSPN. KSPN yesterday ran from $2 to $7. I mean, like, is this even normal? Why did it do that? Okay. AMTD. This stock right here ran from $1.50 to $14. Okay. Why is it going down? That's irrelevant because the sellers came in. It could have been a short squeeze, whatever it is. But you know what? If you had a stock and you knew how to swing trade and it went from $1 and you got out at 2 and you held it overnight, you wake up, it's at 10. What, are you not going to take the money? Let me just tell you one more. APDN is another one. This stock literally ran from $1 to $6 in one day. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that we're gonna show you. All right. But you need to know why they're going up, why they're going down. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a crash course on trading. You're going to have access to the trading room live every day, okay, from 7:45 to 5 o'clock. You're going to get access to my alerts. You're going to get three pro working shops you're going to get that's going to come along with it. I'm going to teach you how to read level 3. You're going to learn how to read time and sales. You're going to learn entries and exits, okay? You're going to also get access to 100 hours of our Traders Talk library, okay, and our workshops. This is all going to be included for $9 stinking, okay? You also don't need to buy my book on Amazon. I'm going to throw it in for free, okay, on a PDF, so you guys could have that, right? Very fast read. I think you guys are going to love it. And one last bonus. If you register right now, the first 20 people, I will personally give you a coaching class with me. Now think about it. When's the last time you spoke to a guru? When's the last time you spoke to a 30-year veteran that's going to get an opportunity to be able to talk to him on the phone? You never, ever. Some people are like, Fausto, why would you do that? Like, I have friends of mine like, wait a minute, you talk to these people? Like, you got the time? I says, let me tell you what. If you're serious about it, I'm going to take you serious. All right. I'm looking for serious traders. That's where it comes down to it. So if you really are serious about trading, get your credit card, $9 right now, get into this trading room, be the first 20 in there. And by the way, if you're not the first 20, don't worry about it. You'll still talk to one of my instructors. And then at the end of the week, if you think I'm wasting your time, I'll give you $9 back. That's it. So we just posted everything that you're going to be getting, all of that, all for $9 stinking. All right. So with that said, I just want to do a couple of shout outs here. I got a couple of people that just registered. So Mohammed Yusuf, I just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Thank you for your loyalty and trust in us. Silvan, I just got your registration. Welcome aboard. I see you sent me an email that you're out. David Davis just got your registration. Yeah, by the way, I'm just showing you here. These are all the registrations that are coming in. It seems like they're coming in right now. You guys are just registering here. Who else we got here? Michael Crest, I just got your registration. You can see him just registered right now. All right. Now, listen, very important to all of you here. When you register, there's going to be a questionnaire. Please tell us, do you have a brokerage firm? Because we want to make sure you have the right one. Did you take any training? Let us know who you did so we know what kind of style you were doing so we can kind of relate and tell you what we're doing. Every one of you are going to be talking to an education advisor, okay? Every single one of you. So before you even get into the room, this is not full access, okay? We want to make sure that when you talk to somebody, you get the best experience. So you understand, like, when you go in the room, you're not going to be lost. And I don't care how smart you are. I have engineers coming in there, and they even tell me, my God, I can't get it. And I said, listen, if I could teach a 90-year-old grandmother to do it, you could do it, okay? But take the time, make your appointment immediately, okay, so you can get into the room and everything. But make sure you fill out that questionnaire. Very important. How much money you have in the account, or how much money can you put in there? So we can let you get an idea. Is maybe day trading better or swing trading is better? All those things. Okay. A couple of more shout outs here. It's got a registration. Donald Lemire, it's got your registration. I see just guys coming in right now. Peter Baranzo got your registration. Rose Bentron got your registration. Just looking them up here. Michael Pentrin got your registration. Ryan just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Okay. All right. What else am I going to get with it? So here, I'll go through it here again. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get the book. You're going to get Traders Talk, 100 hours of library. You're going to get these workshops, how to read level 3, how to use time and sales, entries and exits. You're going to get access to the trading room. You're going to get access to the alert service. I'll show you the trading room right here. Here's the trading room. You can see these are all the traders right now. They're pretty much all gone for the day. Oh, wow, the trading stock ALTR. Look at that. Thing's running pretty fast. Let's check that one out. But these are all the traders. You're going to be in there with the traders in there. You're going to get the alerts up here on top. You get on your phone. You can have the instructors out there. They're giving their ideas, what's moving. It's the stock that they're looking at. Let me just bring that up. It's a nice little mover right there. Oh, APDN. That's the one. Yeah, APDN is the stock that we traded. It's moving really nicely. You could see it this morning. APDN was actually one of the stocks that were moving pretty well this morning. And it was last couple of days. You could see that the stock literally ran from $1.30 to $4. Look, it's having a really nice push right here. And I just want to show you something really quick here. APDN. Let's go hop on level 4. Let me show you what's going on there. All right, so this makes sense. Okay, so you could see there's a big iceberg order right here. It's going to show you. These are things that you're going to be learning in the trading room. They go about 3 hours. So you could see that there was a huge 30,000 share seller out here. He got executed. And then this big guy right here for almost a couple of 100,000 showed up. And then this guy right now, there's a seller out here. He's been out here for a while, since about 9:30 this morning. It's testing him right here at $5. It looks like he got executed. And you know what that means? Somebody went out there and executed a big iceberg order. That only means one other thing. It's only going higher. So that probably explains why the stock is moving pretty nicely here. These are things that you're going to be learning, you're going to be seeing in the trading room. Think about this a second. If you, before you start at 12 o'clock, if you got in at 450, right, and you sold it at 5, and you made 50 cents on a $4 stock, right? 50 cents. That's $500. That's $100,000 a year. Who doesn't want that job, right? Who doesn't want that job, right? Beautiful. So you can get the live trading room for a whole week, okay? If you start $7.45 to $5, you're going to get the alert service, all for $9. Everything that we talked about, the book, everything. Here's a little bit of a description you're going to get. A couple more shout outs right here. I just see it. Oh yeah, wow, you got everyone's registering now. Let's go read them off. So Jim Crystal, we got your registration. Someone just asked me a question. Who else we got here? Mary Lowe, we got your registration. Edward Brown, Mary Manning. You're not related to the Mannings, do you? John Burham, which got your registration. Welcome aboard. Couple of questions coming across. Okay, I got my instructors answering people's questions in the trading room. By the way, when you're in the trading room, we will not, like, nobody can read anybody's chat because we don't know who you are. But when you're in the trading room, you'll be able to read everyone's chat and yours. So don't worry about that. Okay. Any other questions? Good. Looks like everyone's starting to fill out that questionnaire. Listen, when you're in the trading room, I just want to clarify something very important. Do not buy anything. You are only here to watch. Okay. We didn't teach you how to trade. We just want you to see if other people that are doing it making money. So this is basically a an open house for you to come in, see how we find our stocks, how we look for them, and see if people actually make money doing it. You know, meet the Jeans and the Litas and the Deb Fines and the Phil Mickelsons and the Ryans. You know, all these people that were you. And let me tell you, it's never too late to learn. It's never too late. So please don't worry about what's going on in the market right now. It's always a new adventure every single day. And yes, and you could use this towards day trading and swing trading. A couple of people also registering right now. Daniel Bazulu just got your registration. Samiti just got your registration. Good. Looks like everybody's registering. Excellent. I'm a donated member. I paid $30, of course. Yes, you can register again, Sui. You can register again. Talk to Education Advisor. We'll take care of that. Okay? Absolutely. Okay? Any other questions? Yes, you will, Mohammed. Same thing. Absolutely. Listen, you got to understand. I know there's some of you that registered in the past, and I know probably wasn't the right time. I'm glad that you're back. Maybe whatever it could be. Maybe health issues. I know some of us get sick. You want to come back. You forget about it. You know, but you know what? We're still here. I tell everyone, if it's not the right time, it's not the right time. But you know what? There's really no better time to learn now, because if this is something for you, then you're going to want to take it seriously, because September, October, November are the best months to trade. And you really want to learn. You don't want to learn how to do this in the best times of the year. All right. So you got to get prepared now. Not that we're having some great action already, you know, but you got something to look forward to. That's really what it comes down to. But what we really want to show you here at Cyber Trading University is the professionalism, the customer service, see how we care. I mean, some of you probably never even heard anyone pick up the phone before. More or less having me actually doing a coaching class for you. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who've been around forever. Everybody's like, why does Fausto want to talk to me? Now, remember, I told you this. I am looking for people that I have to interview you. I want to make sure that we're a good fit, but you're not going to know that until you're in the room and seeing what this is all about. That's the big thing. A couple more shout outs. Adrelis has got your registration. Warren Sanders has got your registration. Okay, just so you're coming in. Thank you very much. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Well, Shui, just click on that link that we posted there. You can call the office. Somebody screwed up the number on this piece of paper. Okay, it's you can call 877-70 cyber. You can call that number, or just click on that link right there, or call 516, our main number, 280-5350, and I'll take over the phone. But it's pretty easy. Just click on that link, and it'll bring you right to it. Absolutely. All right, traders. Listen, I got to go. I got to get ready for the afternoon markets. So I got to go hit some lunch. Oh my God, they got another runner. Holy crap! You got to see this one too. It's like things are like running in the middle of the day. I don't know what the hell this is, but let me bring up another stock. They're just trading this one right here. NERV. Oops. Hold on. Let me bring it up. NERV. It's got a nice little runner. This stock up 70%. $5 stock, about $90. Look at this stock. They're in the trading room right now looking at it. Just show it to you. You can see it right there. Beautiful, beautiful run up right there. Rich, one of the instructors, is calling it out and looking at it. Beautiful run up. Beautiful trade. All right. Look at that stock. $4 to $4.50 in a matter of 15 minutes. Who doesn't want that stock? Right? All right. So once again, the lines are open. You got the link. It looks like we're we got almost everyone here registered. Listen, if you didn't register, maybe you're not ready. Listen, you don't have to sign up right away. You could always lock it in and take it. Maybe you aren't going on vacation or something. Just lock in the deal now, so you have it. And then when you're ready, you could do it later. So there's no rush. We're not going out of business. We're not going out anywhere. But just lock in the deal now, because this is going to change. Okay, we're not going to be giving this deal forever. And you know what? Like I said, if you're not interested, we'll give you money back. Okay. And, oh yes, that's another good question someone brought up. We are not going to charge you a single penny when your subscription is over. Okay. So let me be clear. You won't pay anything. We're not going to hit you with a $149 fee, and we're going to make you go over hurdles to get out of it. I don't need your money, okay? I don't need your subscription, right? I need traders. I need to know if you're serious about it. I want to know if you have it in you. I want to see what other people are doing well on it. So go out there and register first, okay? So, but you just listen. If you can do it now, do it now. Like, get into the room. But if you're going away next week or whatever, listen, I'm going to be away in 2 weeks anyway. So, but we're live. Our instructors are in there. So that's the other thing too. I only have till next week to do my coaching because I'm going to be away for a week and a half. I have an on-site I have to do in Florida, and and I'm going to be down in Delaware too. So I have a bunch of things going on. So make sure you sign up now and go from there. All right. I see a bunch of more of you guys just registering in here. All right, good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to watch your videos. Don't forget to book your appointments. Make sure